Shalom, my brothers and sisters. Shalom, and welcome to Less Than 10 Minutes, Words to Yashar'al, Nation of Believers. If you're tuning in for the first time, you will come to realize that the Yashar'al to whom I am referring are those who are seeking to worship and obey the Almighty Yahuwah, the Almighty Father, and who accept and embrace Yahusha as Mashiach, as our Messiah. That is the Yashar'al, the nation of believers of whom I address this message to. My name is Symmanayah, and today is July 19, 2013. In prior recordings, specifically in less than 10 minutes, number 4, I spoke about the Passover. And number 6, less than 10 minutes, number 6, I spoke about a blueprint that could be embedded in the message as it relates to the set-apart feast days. That was number 6. I want to come back and return and move to address the matter of unleavened bread, the set-apart feast days regarding the unleavened bread. While many debate when the feast days should be celebrated, when a day begins, when it ends, whether we should celebrate it and honor it in captivity or not, while many people have formed camps and distractions and arguments and debates, some have become friends, some have become enemies over the matter of the feast of unleavened bread. Some believe the unleavened bread and the Passover are the same. I'm not here to debate or join that discussion as it relates to when they start, whether we should celebrate them or honor them or not. I think we should. However, I want to bring to mind that I think that there is something beyond the text that we are debating, arguing, reasoning, or attempting to master in our understanding. So this segment of less than 10 minutes, I want to say unleavened bread. Is there a more functional message beyond the text? You see, we know that the texts have been tampered with. We know that man have put their words in to try to translate what they believe the original Hebrew said or instructed us to do. But one thing cannot be changed, and that is the message that is given from the Most High. What is the message? Is it hidden from those who are disobedient and rebellious? That is for you to decide. The Feast of Unleavened Bread. Let me read two excerpts from Exodus 12:15. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Indeed, on the first day you cause leaven to cease from your house. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that being shall be cut off from Yashar'al. Exodus 12:17. And you shall guard the festival of unleavened bread, for this same day, I brought your divisions out of the land of Mitsrayim. And you shall guard the festival of unleavened bread, for on this same day I brought your divisions out of the land of Mitsrayim. And you shall guard this day throughout your generations in an everlasting law. What was the instruction given? Was it merely about coming together and eating or not eating leavened bread? We are told that the letter kill and the spirit make alive. What have the Spirit revealed to you regarding this matter? What is the soul? What is the seed of the message? What is the expectation? Could it be a message embedded, wanting us to know the difference between righteous influence and unrighteous influence? Have we not witnessed throughout Scripture there was symbolism used? But to those who sought the Most High, who seeks the Most High, we discover in symbolism there's a message embedded and designed for the obedient and those who seek to worship and obey the Father. Notice in Exodus 12:17 it talks about guarding. So when you're protecting something, sometimes there are hedges, there are walls, there are things, there are armor. There are designs and mechanisms in place to protect and preserve a thing. Could that also be in the message? Notice the difference here. Exodus 12:15 that I read said, 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Indeed, on the first day you shall cause leaven to cease from your houses. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the seventh day, that being should be cut off from Yashar'al. That was Exodus 12:15, and I read it again. I want you to be mindful, my brothers and sisters. The word leaven is not a bad thing, and it means influence. Yes, so many people talk about, no, I want to get away from leaven, I want to get away from leaven. But there were times where leaven was mentioned and it was okay. But that means that you have good leaven and bad leaven. And the key, my brothers and sisters, is for us to depend on the Spirit of Yahushua to be able to discern the difference. If you doubt that, do you think that the Mashiach will compare the reign of heaven to something bad? Here's my point. Matthew 13:33 said, another parable he spoke to them. The reign of the heavens is like leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal until all was leavened. You see, this is a good influence. This is a good move. This is a good action. So we see, if we study scriptures and search the scriptures, we will come to see that leaven, there's a good leaven, there's a bad leaven. And this is something that we will experience throughout our lives. And I am compelled to believe with all my heart, the Most High want us to be able to teach our children, to pass down the importance of knowing the difference between good leaven and bad leaven. Thus, we have the set apart feast, and we're told to honor and celebrate it. Well, acknowledge it. Celebrate it. Whatever word you choose to be obedient as it regards to that. Out of many instructions comes translations and translators. All too often in the wake or after the instructions, we witness the presence of influence. In other words, my brothers and sisters, wherever there's instructions, we see individuals trying to influence you on what they receive from that instructions. Are all influences good? Are all influences bad? It would be incumbent of us to learn how to discern the difference. It would be wise. It would be advised and encouraged to learn the difference, to be able to discern the difference between good leaven and bad leaven. There's a reason we are instructed to obey the voice of the Most High. There's a purpose for us following the living instructions and guidance of the Spirit of Yahushua. We are told that the flesh lusts against the Spirit. Could it be possible that there's a message beyond the flesh that we should incline our ears to hear? Yes, we are to observe this set apart time, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I encourage you to pray and discover the purpose and receive the true message that is beyond our coming together and just eating and fellowship. I am compelled to believe the seed of the matter is about realizing that there are righteous influence and rebellious influence. I am also compelled to believe the Spirit of Yahushua desires us to discern the difference and realize that from time to time we will witness victims who succumb to and or promote erroneous influences. Remember, there were times when the Pharisees and Sadducees threw scriptures at the Mashiach, and Yahushua reproved them and made the scriptures come alive with true purpose and meaning. Let us not get stuck on the letter and discover the life in the written word made possible by the Spirit of Yahushua. Understanding the true message regarding unleavened bread can be taught, celebrated, and recognized throughout generations to come. Who is able to discern this message? Who is able to discern what truly is being said? Examine this message thoroughly and commit it to prayer. There is so much for us to learn, and remember, the things we perceive to be righteous will either be confirmed and or proven, or they would be left for another judgment. You decide, my brothers and sisters. Until next time, shalom, shalom, shalom.